I'm not a Naval Academy graduate. I'm a black sheep. I went to West Point.
Oi.
Even though my dad was a Marine and my brother is a Marine and my nephews are Marines, but I'm a West Pointer. So played football at the academy, finished the academy, was an infantry officer, then a finance officer. Then I took the road less traveled and I became a Trappist monk for several years. And after that, I went on to business, went to grad school, got a few degrees, and spent about 25 years in high tech, semiconductors, semiconductor capital equipment, IoT, a lot of real sexy technology. And what I started last year is I started my own little coaching business called monkcoach.com, where I'm taking my experiences as a monk, mindfulness and meditation, and putting it in a business context, helping business people work their personal life and professional lives to be everything they can be. So I've got some ideas on how that's done based on my experience as a monk. And monks are not these lofty people in shades floating around on the clouds. They're very, nuts and bolts type of people. So anyway, that's what I'm doing right now. So it's
Dave, I am so glad I didn't recognize your name. This is fascinating. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't there some kind of an association between Trappist monks and beer? Is that a thing?
Yes. Yeah. Well, everybody probably knows about Chimay Ale.
Right.
And, yeah. Right. That's a beer made in Belgium. In fact, when I was in grad school, my younger brother and I, we bought a bunch of Chimay Ale and we tried to we drained it off and tried to culture the yeast out and make our own beer. And actually, when I was a monk, I was trying to convince the abbot of the monastery I was in to get a licensing deal with the Belgian Trappists to produce beer, but they didn't want to do that. But now, actually, the Trappist monks in Spencer, Massachusetts, have a deal, and they're actually making Trappist beer in the United States right now. It's called, I think it's called Spencer Ale or Trappist Ale or something like that. So
that is fascinating. So Dave, just for the sake of all of us, including myself, who really don't have any idea, what is a Trappist monk? What does that mean? Can you tell us on one foot?
Trappist monks it's a cloistered order of Catholic monks that are known for their silence. So the monasteries are usually pretty remote. The life is based on prayer, meditation, manual labor, and silence. They used to have strict silence, but when I was there, you could talk a little bit. That's like a little. When I say a little, it's a little. So it's a pretty austere order in the Catholic Church. And while I was a Trappist monk, I actually did a lot of work with other monastic orders like Buddhism and stuff like that. And then I did doctoral studies at Harvard later on, working with Buddhist philosophers and stuff like that on world religions. I found when I went into the monastery, it was a lot like being at West Point. In fact, there were a large number of monks that were former veterans, especially World War II veterans that became monks and stuff. So, in fact, when I was at the monastery I spent most of my time was in the mountains of Colorado. One of the monks there was a Navy guy, George, and it was George and I that got the idea of trying to make beer. So we were secretly making beer down in the boiler room until the abbot called us.
So can you Dave, can you marry people and stuff? And, No,
the Trappists are what they consider cloistered groups. So they don't have parishes or teaching universities. There's usually like a little retreat center and stuff like that. So it's somewhat, people say it's a very austere order of the church, but it's pretty isolated.
Did you have like a family before you decided to do that, or what?
No, oh God, no, you can't do that. No, I was a monk for several years, and then I went to Japan and actually coached football at a Japanese university for a while, and met my wife, Kazuo, over there, and started a family, started some businesses, came back, went to grad school. But no, that was way before I got married.